Nightmare Areola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So I was read an interesting article on boxingscene.com. It was an interview with Kevin Berry. He sat down and he was talking about the preparation for Ugonoh, getting him ready for this fight that's coming up on Saturday. Anticipated, at least by me, because I cannot wait to see this fight. See Ugonoh in a step-up fight and see what Dominic Breazeale has. You know, after that loss to Joshua, he's been training. He's been positive since the loss. He's been training ever since, I think like a month after the loss. He's been training and staying in shape. So can't wait to see this fight. But what surprised me is Kevin Berry. Now, I expect Kevin Berry to say this. This is his fighter. He already has a world champion in Joseph Parker. He wants to have two. He invested a lot of time and interest into Ugonoh. So I understand where he's coming from as his trainer. But as a fan, when I read it, I'm like, no, that shouldn't happen. And it was Kevin Berry talking about if Izzy wins this fight, he should fight Deontay Wilder next. And I don't think the winner of this fight should be anywhere near a title shot. Last I checked, Breazeale, Ugonoh were not rated in the top 15 of the WBC, which doesn't mean anything. We know how the WBC works. 1 minute a guy's not even in their top 20, and the next thing you know, he's number 7. I've seen it happen plenty of times in every weight class. All right, so, but the winner of this fight, no matter how impressive they win the fight, I believe that they at least need to fight at least another fight. I mean, first of all, the WBC still needs to come out and tell us what's going to happen with I know Stavern is rated number 1. He was trying to just get a freebie title shot when the Povetkin had the test result. He was trying to get just a freebie title shot. WBC said, no, you need to fight in a title eliminator type of fight. Then you get the title shot. The next in the rankings was Luis Ortiz, so I'm not sure if they're going to order that fight. We heard Stavern say he has bigger fish to fry and he didn't want to fight Ortiz. Then people were kind of there informing me that he said that before Ortiz was rated number 2. But I think it was around the same time. I can't remember, man. But either way, the WBC has to make their decision, regardless of what we think as fans. All right. So then Dillian White was highly rated. I don't have the rankings in front of me. I think Pulev was in there too. Pulev, I believe, is going to wait for his IBF mandatory title shot. A lot of fans think that Ortiz is also going to wait for his WBA mandatory title shot. But according to Ortiz, he wants to fight. You know, so I guess we'll see what the WBC is going to do. But back to Breazeale and Ugonoh, man, I think they need to at least fight. Let's do some hypothetical. Let's say that Ortiz and Stavern is ordered. I at least believe that the winner out of Breazeale and Ugonoh should at least fight Dillian White or something like that, man. But no, the winner of this fight should be nowhere near a title shot. Deontay Wilder will receive way too much criticism for that. He'll get it from me too, because if he gets past Gerald Washington, I think this is a much more competitive fight than people are believing that it's going to be. Just my opinion, you don't have to agree. But if he gets past Gerald Washington, there can't be a Breazeale or Ugonoh fight next. It just can't. It has to be whoever the mandatory is by the WBC. He has to fight that guy, or he has to try to unify. Or if he gives us, let's just say fucking Tyson Fury comes back, I'll watch that fight. You know what I mean? I'll excuse for that fight too. But if it's not like a Huey Fury comeback type of fight going against Wilder, although some people may say, oh, Huey Fury needs a warm-up or whatever. If it's not like a Huey Fury or the mandatory for the WBC or a unification fight, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, man. Even if it's Bryant Jennings, and I respect Bryant Jennings. Even if it's just anybody of that ilk, man. Unless they have a mandatory, if they're the mandatory that's next to their name by the WBC, I'll watch the fight because this is mandatory, or unification fight, or like I said, like Tyson Fury. But rather than that, it can't be nothing less than that. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to Ugonoh or Dominic Breazeale. Ugonoh, I was one of the first uploaders on here, man. I'm not gonna say I'm the first, but I was one of the first uploaders. Shedding light on Ugonoh, putting his videos up and talking about him and things like that. So there's no hate towards Izzy, no hate towards Dom. I'm sure their camps will want a Deontay Wilder fight or a WBC title fight. I'm sure they would, but it just would look crazy. And for us fans, it'll cause even more confusion if that were to happen. I know Breazeale and Ugonoh would be an easy fight to make for Wilder and his team because they're all without Heyman, but that fight shouldn't be taking place. But I understand where Kevin Berry's coming from. You know, he's behind his fighter, man. So I expect him to say these type of things. But what's ironic about everything is the sanctioning body that Ugonoh is rated by is the WBO. Now, I know Parker has Fury coming up. Huey Fury, I believe they're going to fight. So it's funny, man. If Ugonoh keep climbing up the ranks of the WBO and Parker still has that title, what would happen in a situation like that? You know what I mean? I believe Kevin Berry would train Joseph Parker. And I also believe Ugonoh will probably believe that. But I don't know, man. It seems like Berry has a close bond with Ugonoh. But that's way down the line, a whole bunch of hypotheticals. But yeah, man, I just wanted to get my opinion about the article I read. I'll put the article in the description box. You can click it, read it, come to your own surmise. But what do you think about Kevin Berry saying that if Ugonoh gets past Breazeale, he should get Deontay Wilder? I also heard Dominic Breazeale say that he wants a title shot after his fight if he wins. But I don't think that'll happen. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.